Hello everyone, welcome back to Shady Movie Reviews, and today we're talking about the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Alright guys, so Quentin Tarantino is back, and I just have one question to ask. Is the master of filmmaking still one of the greats? Or is this movie proof that Tarantino is losing his touch and his talent? Let's talk about it. Alright, so let's just dive right into the plot of this film. So in this movie, we follow Rick Dalton, a famous Western actor, and his stunt double Cliff Booth. Now, Rick and Cliff aren't only co-workers, but they are best friends. And Rick and Cliff are working on a new film, and Rick is approached by Mr. Schwartz, who offers him a couple of gigs in some Italian Western flicks. After the conversation with Mr. Schwartz, Rick starts to feel really insecure about his acting chops and considers himself a has-been. But with the help of his friend Cliff, he helps him get back on the right track. But concurrently at the same time, we're also following two other separate storylines within the main story. One being Cliff running into a drifter hippie girl who needs a ride back home, and the other being the neighbor Sharon Tate going on an adventure and going to watch herself in a movie she starred in called The Wrecking Ball. In one way or another, all these plot lines converge at the end, and all I can say about that is, it's Tarantino. That's all you need to know. Alright, so on to my positives and what I liked about the film. Alright, so one thing I really loved about this film was just the atmosphere was just amazing. The fact that this film takes place in the 1960s in Hollywood was just a really amazing idea, and it was very well executed, and I just loved seeing the world building of Quentin Tarantino. It was a really good highlight of the film. And then also another point that I didn't know until I walked out of the theater, apparently this movie was based on true events from the Charles Manson murders. And I didn't know that until after the movie, and it just made me appreciate the movie so much more. And then another thing I want to bring up, guys, just the acting in this film was just outstanding. Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio killed their roles, but what a shocker, right? They were amazing in this film. And along with all the other actors in this film, they played their roles so well, and they were effective, emotional, and they were real, and it was really well done. All the acting in this movie was very believable, emotional, and it kept you in tune with the film. It was really good. Then the last point I want to bring up, guys, is just the fact that this movie was extremely unpredictable and had a really awesome ending that sadly I can't talk about. But I just want to say that the last 40 minutes of this film is the best part of this film. And all I can say about that is that it's Tarantino, guys. Alright, so on to my negatives and what I disliked about the film. Alright, so one thing that I really disliked about this film was just the fact that this movie was too long. This movie was 2 hours and 47 minutes. Added in with trailers, it was about 3 hours and 5 minutes, and I just felt like some of the scenes out of this movie could have been cut, and I felt like some of the pacing in the beginning of the film was too slow for me, and I felt like it could have been paced a little bit better. And then the other thing I want to bring up, guys, is just the fact that I felt like there were certain aspects in this film that didn't quite make sense, and I can't talk about it because of spoilers, but it was just very minor things, like some character placement and where they were and why they were there, and just little things here and there that I was kind of like, I felt they should have been explained a little bit better. And then I just want to throw a little side note out there for you guys. I just want to say that out of all the Tarantino films I've ever seen up to this point, Pulp Fiction is still my favorite Tarantino film. Alright, so on to my judgment and movie score. Time to bust out the shady meter. Alright guys, so for the plot of this film, I'm going to have to give this movie a solid 8.6 out of 10. Because like I said before, this movie from start to finish was just an amazing film. It was beautiful to look at. It was unpredictable. It had a really good story, really good character development. It was just your classic Tarantino badassery. And then for the script, guys, I'm going to have to give this movie a solid 8.2 out of 10. Because this film was just really, really well written. Tarantino put a lot of time into his world building, into the atmosphere of this film, and just making all these little things connect in ways that normal directors and writers don't connect things in. You could just really tell that Tarantino has a detail for his films and the way he writes. And for the acting, guys, I'm going to have to give this movie a solid 8.7 out of 10 because Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt just killed their roles, like I said before. But it wasn't just the fact that they killed their roles. Their character chemistry was on point. You could just tell that these guys were just best buds who were always working on film sets, and I really enjoyed seeing their dynamic. It was really nice, and just seeing all the other actors and how they played their roles, it was spot on. It was emotional. It was great. Loved it. And for the structure and pacing, guys, I'm going to have to give this movie a 7.1 out of 10. Although the structure and pacing is probably my least favorite part of this movie, it doesn't ruin the film either. Like I said before, I just felt like it was kind of long. Like, I felt like some of the events in the movie could have happened a little bit quicker and things could have been paced a little bit better. But besides that, this film was amazing. And then for the overall score, guys, I'm going to have to give Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a solid 8.5 out of 10. So if you guys are going to go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, don't worry. No shade in sight. So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, have you guys seen it? Have you guys not? Jump down in the comments section. Let's start a conversation. Remember to like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.